We have a voicemail number. That number is 2192 David P. I have a couple of sad voicemails to play for you today. They are unfortunately from Bernie supporters who are despondent after Super Tuesday's fiasco. Only compounded now, Michael Bloomberg dropping out and endorsing Joe Biden. I believe it is over. And I know people will be furious. I believe it's over, and I understand the frustration. Take a listen to this.
Hey, David. After seeing the results of Super Tuesday, I don't think Bernie's got it in him. I don't think he's going to get the support to win the nomination, and I think that his supporters are, not all of them, but the really loud ones online are very delusional and are probably not going to show up to vote, especially for Joe Biden when he wins. And I think we're screwed. I think Trump's going to win re-election as a result of this, and I honestly think that secretly a lot of these Bernie supporters that I'm referring to, not all of them obviously, but the most loud, delusional ones actually support Trump.
I don't think they support Trump, but I think they would rather Trump over Joe Biden, which is not something I agree with. Let's listen to another one of these very sad messages.
Hey, David. Steve from Florida. After a loss on Super Tuesday for Bernie Sanders, it increasingly looks like Joe Biden may be the nominee. Given the coronavirus and people not having health care, do you think that his path to victory needs to include a Medicare for all, where he can abandon his more centrist stance on enhanced Obamacare and move to the left to pick up Bernie supporters?
I don't. I actually think that what Joe Biden is going to need to do, particularly if the COVID-19 outbreak spreads, is he's going to have to explain exactly how those infected with the virus would be able to afford care for it, as well as testing, because the issue of the testing and the cost of the testing has become a big thing. He would have to explain how under his plan that would work, and whether we find it believable, whether we find it a satisfactory explanation is obviously an open question. But I don't believe that it is going to be necessary for Biden to do that in the context of the broader electorate, remember. And that is that's my take as of right now. And of course, that could change as the situation on the ground with coronavirus shifts and changes. But I hear the despondency. I hear it. And it was a very disappointing night for the progressive movement. As of right now, Elizabeth Warren is still in the race. I believe even if Elizabeth Warren drops out, that a significant portion of her support actually doesn't go to Bernie anyway. So I know that this is being seen as sort of the last stand for Bernie. Will Warren drop out so that Bernie will gain her support? I think even with an endorsement of Bernie and Warren dropping out, I still think probably anywhere from 20 to 40% of her support goes to Biden anyway. And with Bloomberg at this point dropping out and endorsing Biden, I tell you guys, you know, in the time it took us to film today's show, I've gone from it's an uphill battle for Bernie, but now as we've seen Bloomberg drop and all of these other things happen, I believe that this is basically the end of the road for Bernie Sanders. We've got to do the rest of the primaries for sure, but that's where I am right now. I want to be wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Get in touch. I just don't see the numbers. And we'll certainly talk about this more on today's bonus show. I hope you will join me. We will also talk about Cenk Uyghur's results in the California 25th District, special election, and a primary, and so much more. Grab a membership at joinpakman.com. Become a patron at patreon.com/David Pakman Show.